Good afternoon. Today I am interviewing the 1920 Winnipeg Falcons hockey team. I am joined here with coach and trainer Gordon Sir Johnson, the team captain Frank Frederickson, and the right wing Halder Halderson. The team I have here with me today won gold in the 1920 Olympics, the first Olympic gold medal Canada has won in hockey. They won the Allen Cup that year and were inducted in the Manitoba Hall Canadian Olympic and were featured in the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto. Frank, what did it feel like representing Canada at the 1920 Olympics?
It felt great to play so well and to represent our country on a worldwide scale. Although we faced discrimination and backlash back home since we were Icelandic Canadians, I felt immense pride competing for Canada to prove that we belonged there and we didn't deserve the discrimination we faced.
That's beautiful. I'm glad that you were able to persevere. So, Halder.
Call me Slim.
Okay, Slim. How did your team get together before the Olympics?
The Winnipeg Falcons came from the Icelandic Athletic Club, which was formed in 1898. The club consisted of a two-team league called the Icelandic Athletic Club and the Vikings. And in 1908, the two teams agreed to become one team called the Winnipeg Falcons. They called themselves the Falcons because it's the international bird of Iceland. And also many of the players of the 1920s went and fought in World War I as well.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Gordon. Hi, nice to meet you. So, Gordon, how would you like future generations to remember the Winnipeg Falcons?
The Winnipeg Falcons should be remembered as more than just a championship hockey team. They faced discrimination, hardship, and the impacts of World War I. As mostly athletic Canadians who were excluded from leagues, their journey shows the importance of perseverance and standing up against unfair treatment. Their Olympic gold medal wasn't just a win for Canada, but a powerful moment for immigrant communities across the country. They should be remembered as pioneers of the sport, symbols of resilience, and a team that helped shape both hockey history and Canada's identity.
What was it like returning home after the Olympics?
When we returned back to Canada, we were more accepted and built a spot in the country for Icelandic immigrants. We helped other Icelandic immigrants feel pride in who they are and gave them a sense of belonging. We were welcomed home as heroes, and Winnipeg held a mile-long parade and a civic holiday.
Hey, Slim, how did being a part of the Falcons shape who you were as a person?
Being part of such a close-knit team like the Falcons showed me the importance of teamwork, trust, and supporting one another. Although we faced discrimination, this only made me stronger and more resilient, and I learned to not care about others' opinions and use negativity as fuel to work even harder.
What was your life like before you started coaching, and what qualified you to be the coach?
I was born and raised in Iceland and grew up as a wrestler. I then moved to Canada in 1914. I spent 3 years serving the Canadian military, and I'm qualified to coach this team because before I moved to Canada, I studied sports training therapy in England.
How did the First World War affect your team?
The players of our team went and fought for the Canadian military, and unfortunately we lost 2 players. And like everyone else, the war had an enormous and miserable impact on our lives. During the Olympics, we mustered up all the strength and played for our country. Hockey became an outlet for many of the guys on the team. It was something to take up their time and distract them from the effects of war.
Hey, Slim, do you have any other nicknames you were given and why?
I got my name Slim and the human hockey stick because I'm 6'4", 165 pounds, and also known as String Bean, the big fellow and the elongated one. I use a very long hockey stick and often get accused of illegal hits to the head because of my size, and yeah, that's why. Some other nicknames I got.
So that's all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed and learned lots about the Winnipeg Falcons from this interview.